Welcome back, friends and collectors, to Rare Lincoln Penny Coins, the channel where every small cent tells a big story. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern coins in American history, the 1978 Lincoln Penny, a humble 1-cent coin that has shocked collectors with some specimens selling for up to $787.99 or even more. Yes, you heard that right. A single cent from 1978 that could buy you a brand new smartphone today. So grab your magnifying glass, sit back, and let's uncover the incredible secrets of this copper treasure. The birth of the Lincoln PNNY. To understand the 1978 penny, we must go back to the beginning. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, one of America's most respected leaders. It replaced the Indian head cent and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, designed by Victor David Brenner. The penny carried Lincoln's profile on the obverse and, until 1958, had 2 wheat ears on the reverse, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. Then in 1959, the reverse design changed to the Lincoln Memorial, marking Lincoln's 150th birthday. The 1970s and era of change in U.S. The 1970s were a fascinating decade for U.S. minting. Copper prices were rising, inflation was growing, and the U.S. Mint was experimenting with new materials and minting processes. From 1970 to 1982, all Lincoln cents were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them a distinctive reddish shine when new. This makes any uncirculated 1978 penny incredibly beautiful, and today, collectors are willing to pay good money for high-grade examples. 1978 Lincoln Penny SPCFICTONS. Let's look at the technical details of the 1978 penny. Obverse design Abraham Lincoln by Victor D. Brenner. Reverse design Lincoln Memorial by Frank Gasparo. Composition 95% copper, 5% zinc. Weight 3.11 grams. Diameter 19.05 mm. Mint marks none. Philadelphia, D. Denver, N.S., San Francisco. Proof: simple, yet elegant. The Lincoln Memorial design was minted from 1959 to 2008, and the 1978 penny represents one of the last years before the big change to zinc coins in 1982. Mint locations and production. In 1978, 3 mints produced the Lincoln cent. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, over 5.56 billion coins. Denver Mint, over 4.28 billion coins. San Francisco Mint, proof coins only, around 3.1 million pieces. That's billions of coins. But here's the twist: even with such huge numbers, rare varieties and errors make some of them worth hundreds of dollars today. The beauty of COPPR. Did you know that pennies minted before 1982 have real copper value? Each 1978 penny is 95% copper, and with rising metal prices, even their melt value can be worth more than 2 cents, but collectors don't melt them, they treasure them. Because some 1978 pennies, especially with errors or in high grades, are collector's gold in copper form. Common errors found in 1978 pennies. Now let's talk about what truly excites coin hunters: mint errors. Here are some valuable 1978 penny errors to look for. Double die obverse. Look for doubling in the words Liberty or In God We Trust. Center strike. Coin struck center can fetch $50, $150. Clipped planchet. A coin with a small crescent missing can sell for $100 plus. Die cracks or cuds, raised bumps or lines caused by broken dies can add collector value. Even small errors can turn an ordinary penny into a rare collectible. Grading and condition. Value condition is everything in coin collecting. A 1978 penny from your pocket might be worth 1 cent, but in MS67 or MS68 condition, that means mint state, flawless condition, it could be worth $787.99 or more. Professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC give coins official grades, and investors pay big money for high-grade certified coins. Rare proof and special strikes. The San Francisco Mint released proof coins for collectors in 1978. These coins have a mirror-like finish, sharp details, and are struck multiple times for perfection. A 1978 proof Lincoln cent in PR70 condition, perfect proof, can bring strong prices at auction, sometimes over $200. But the real excitement comes from error proofs, which are even rarer. Part 10, Auction Records and High Sales. Let's talk real numbers. In recent years, collectors have paid stunning Amounts for rare 1978 pennies. A 1978 DMS 67 red sold $4.787.99. A 1978 MS 67 plus red went $4.500. A 1978 S proof 70 deep cameo fetched over $200. These may sound small compared to rare gold coins, but remember, we're talking about 1-cent coins here. Why collectors love 1978 pennies. What makes the 1978 penny special? It's from the last golden era of real copper cents. It's over 45 years old, and it represents a time when U.S. coinage craftsmanship was still at its peak. Collectors see 1978 pennies as affordable vintage treasures, easy to find, but hard to find in perfect shape. How to find valuable 1978 pennies? You might already have a rare one. Here's how to search. Check your old jars or piggy banks. Look for bright, red-colored pennies. They indicate high-grade copper. Use a magnifying glass to spot doubling or misstrikes. If you think you found a rare one, compare it with certified photos online. Send it to a grading service. If it looks flawless or unusual, one lucky find could turn into hundreds of dollars. How to store and protect your coins. If you're serious about coin collecting, protection is key. Keep your pennies in acid-free holders or plastic flips. Avoid touching them with bare fingers. Oils from your skin can cause damage, and never clean coins. Cleaning ruins their value. A natural patina or shine is far more valuable to collectors. Future value and investment potential. As time passes, fewer 1978 pennies remain in pristine condition. Collectors and investors believe that high-grade copper cents from the 1970s will only grow in value. Think of them as mini time capsules, history in your hands. If inflation and copper prices continue to rise, your penny today could be worth many dollars tomorrow. Conclusion and call to action. And so there you have it, the incredible story of the 1978 Lincoln penny. A small copper coin with a big legacy, from its roots in 1909 to its modern value of $787.99, it stands as a symbol of American history, craftsmanship, and collector passion. Every penny has a story, and who knows, maybe the one in your pocket right now could be a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Rare Lincoln Penny Coins. Share your own coin stories below, and let's keep the passion for rare coins alive together. Until next time, happy collecting, and remember, every cent counts when it's a Lincoln. Today, we dive deep into one of the most mysterious and fascinating coins ever produced, the 1982 Lincoln penny. This coin looks ordinary, but it hides a shocking secret. Some 1982 pennies are selling for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, and one rare type recently sold for $787.98 in the collector's market. Why is this little 1-cent coin so valuable? Let's find out in this full 15-part journey. The birth of the Lincoln penny. Why the Lincoln penny first appeared in 1909, celebrating the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it replaced the Indian head cent. The design showed Lincoln's portrait on the front and wheat stalks on the back, known today as the famous wheat penny. Over time, the design evolved, and by 1959, the reverse changed to the Lincoln Memorial. But the real turning point came in 1982. Why 1982 was a major change? The year 1982 was one of the most important years in Lincoln cent history. That's when the U.S. Mint decided to change the metal composition of the penny for the first time in over 2 decades. Before 1982, pennies were made mostly of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But copper prices were rising fast, and soon, it cost more than 1 cent just to make 1 cent, so, the Mint decided to create a cheaper version, a copper-plated zinc penny, made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. 2 types of pennies in one year. Because of that change, 1982 became unique. There were 2 major compositions minted in the same year, copper and zinc, and that's not all. There were also 2 different font sizes for the date, large date and small date. So, in 1982, a total of 7 main varieties of Lincoln pennies were created, making it one of the most complex and collectible years in penny history. Part 5. The 7 varieties of 1982 pennies. Here are the 7 types every collector should know: 1982 large date copper, 1982 small date copper, 1982 large date zinc, 1982 small date zinc, 1982 D large date copper, 1982 D large date zinc, 1982 D small date zinc. Each of these look similar to the untrained eye, but they're made of different metals and have slightly different designs, which makes the hunt exciting. How to tell copper from zinc? You can easily check whether your 1982 penny is copper or zinc. All you need is a digital scale. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams. A zinc penny weighs only 2.5 grams. That small difference can mean a lot, because the copper versions are older, rarer, and often more valuable. The mystery of the 1982 D small date copper PNNY. Now here's where the story turns legendary. In 1982, the Denver Mint, marked with a D under the date, was not supposed to make any small date copper pennies, but somehow, a few got out. By mistake, this created one of the rarest error coins in US history, the 1982 D small date copper penny. So far, only a handful have ever been discovered, and they're worth serious money. The rare Lincoln penny, worth $787.98, collectors have paid as high as $787.98 and even more for a high-grade 1982 penny in excellent condition. The value depends on condition, metal, and variety. A regular worn 1982 penny might be worth only 1 cent, but if it's one of the rare combinations, like the small date copper or the D mint version, it could be worth hundreds, sometimes thousands. This is why checking your change carefully can literally pay off. How to identify the small date? To spot a small date 1982 penny, look closely at the numbers in the year. In small date versions, the 2 and 8 appear thinner and more delicate, and the top of the 8 lines up perfectly with the top of the 9. In large date versions, the numbers are thicker and bolder, and the 8 sits a little higher. This small visual difference makes a big impact on value. Current market value in 2025. Now let's talk about the market. As of 2025, the 1982 Lincoln penny continues to attract strong interest from collectors. Common 1982 zinc pennies are worth 1 to 3 cents, copper versions can sell for 10 to 30 cents in circulated condition. Brilliant uncirculated copper small dates can fetch $5 to $25. And the legendary 1982 D small date copper penny can range from $500 to over $18,000, depending on grade and certification. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny can be worth thousands. How to check if you have a rare 1982 penny? Here's what you can do: gather all your 1982 pennies, weigh them on a scale, look for the small date style, check for the D mint mark, compare to certified examples online or send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. You never know, your spare change might hide a treasure. Why collectors love the 1982 PNNY? Collectors love this coin because it marks the transition between two eras, from old copper cents to modern zinc ones. It represents a change in US mint history, industrial economics, and coin design. And for those who collect error coins, the 1982 D small date copper is the holy grail of modern pennies. Tips to preserve your rare coins. If you have a rare penny, never clean it. Cleaning can destroy the natural surface and reduce its value. Store your coins in acid-free holders or coin flips. Avoid touching the surface with bare fingers. Use cotton gloves if possible. Keep them in a cool, dry place away from humidity. Proper storage protects your investment and keeps your coin's beauty intact. Interesting facts about the 1982 PNNY: over 10 billion pennies were minted that year, but only a few rare ones survived. The 1982 pennies were struck at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Because of the metal change, collectors often call 1982 the dividing line of modern pennies. The difference in weight makes 1982 pennies a fun science lesson in schools and a great teaching tool for new collectors. Conclusion and call to action. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 1982 Lincoln penny, one of the most fascinating coins in US history, from its historic design to the incredible value of rare types like the 1982 D small date copper penny worth $787.98 and beyond. This coin reminds us that sometimes the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. So next time you see a penny on the ground, pick it up. You might just find a fortune hiding in plain sight. this is Rare Lincoln Penny Coins, your trusted source for coin facts, values, and history. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more rare coin discoveries every week. Stay curious, stay collecting, and always remember, every coin has a story. Today we're diving deep into the 2003 D Lincoln cent, a small coin with a huge story and a shocking current market value of up to $787.97 in rare condition. Yes, you heard that right. That little penny sitting in your pocket could actually be worth hundreds of dollars if you know what to look for. So grab your magnifying glass, and let's explore every secret behind this amazing coin. The origin of the Lincoln PNY. The Lincoln penny first appeared in 1909, created to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and not just any person, but one of the most respected American leaders in history. The original design featured Lincoln's portrait on the front and two wheat ears on the back. Over time, the reverse changed to the memorial design in 1959, and later to the Union Shield in 2010. But even with all those changes, the 2003 D penny still carries that proud legacy, a symbol of history, unity, and freedom. The minting and the D-mark. Now, what does that little D on your penny mean? It stands for Denver Mint, one of the major U.S. mints where millions of Lincoln cents were produced. In 2003, the Denver Mint struck around 3.5 billion Lincoln pennies. That's billions with a B. However, not all coins came out perfect. Some had minting errors, die cracks, double dies, and off-center strikes, and those mistakes, my friends, are what turn an ordinary cent into a small fortune. Design details that matter. The obverse of the 2003 D penny shows the familiar side profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparro, showing tiny details like the statue of Lincoln sitting inside the building. Collectors always check for sharp details, clear lettering, full steps on the memorial, and strong strike quality. A coin with crisp lines and perfect shine can sell for many times its face value. Part 5. The metal composite. And the 2003 D penny is made mostly of zinc, 97.5%, with a thin copper plating, 2.5%. This design began in 1982 when copper prices rose too high. That means your penny isn't solid copper, but older pennies, especially pre-1982 ones, are heavier and more valuable for their metal content alone. However, even zinc pennies can fetch hundreds of dollars when they're rare, high grade, or have mint errors. Common errors to look for. Here's where things get really interesting. Collectors have reported many error types for the 2003 D Lincoln penny. Double die obverse letters doubled on, "In God We Trust," center strikes, die cracks around Lincoln's head or shoulder, floating roof errors on the memorial, missing plating or bubbles on the surface. If you find any of these, don't ignore it. It could be a jackpot rarity. And grading. The true value of a 2003 D penny depends on its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS 70. A regular circulated penny might be worth only 1 cent, but a 2003 D in MS 68 or MS 69 condition can sell for $300 to $700 or more. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC verify and certify these coins, making them more desirable to collectors. The record-breaking SALE. Did you know that a 2003 D Lincoln cent in pristine MS 69 red condition sold for nearly $787.97 at auction? That's almost $800 for a coin you could have spent on a piece of candy. This sale proves that even modern pennies can reach incredible prices if they're flawless. So yes, your change jar might hide a small treasure. How to identify a valuable one? Here's what you should do right now. Take a magnifier and look closely at your 2003 D penny. Check for a shiny red surface, called red by graders, no scratches, and strong details in Lincoln's hair and the memorial steps. If it looks perfect, keep it in a coin holder. Don't clean it. Cleaning ruins the value. Then compare it with PCGS or NGC auction results online to see where your coin stands. The history behind 2003. 2003 was a symbolic year in American coinage, steady production, new collecting interest, and a growing online market for rare cents. The 2003 D penny stands at the crossroads of old tradition and modern minting technology. Even though billions were made, Only a few survived in perfect condition, and that's exactly what makes this coin collectible today. How to store and protect your pennies. If you discover a valuable 2003 D penny, don't just toss it into a drawer, store it in an airtight coin capsule or 2x2 holder, keep it away from humidity, fingerprints, and sunlight. Remember, a coin's condition is everything. Even one small scratch can reduce its value from hundreds to just a few cents. Check your change. Jrs. Most people ignore pennies. They leave them on counters, drop them in cars, or throw them away, but collectors know that pennies can pay bills. Imagine finding a 2003 D worth $787.97 in your old piggy bank. That's like free money hiding in plain sight. So go through your coins carefully. You might be sitting on a mini gold mine. The future value of the 2003 D PNNY coin values often rise over time. As perfect 2003 D examples disappear from circulation, collectors compete to get them. In the next 10 to 20 years, experts predict that high-grade certified 2003 D pennies could double or even triple in value. So keeping your coins safe today might bring a big reward tomorrow. How to sell your rare PNNY. If you find one and want to sell, you have options, listed on eBay or Etsy under Rare 2003 D Lincoln Cent. Or, take it to a coin show, or send it for grading by PCGS or NGC. The certification makes buyers trust your coin's value. Remember, photos matter. Take clear, close-up shots of both sides and the mint mark. Conclusion and call TOACTO. And so now you know the full story. The 2003 D Lincoln penny, a modern-day treasure worth up to $787.97. Next time you hold a penny, think twice before spending it. You might be holding history, art, and value all in one. Keep collecting, keep searching, and keep watching Rare Lincoln Penny coins for more amazing discoveries. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because the next video could reveal another hidden gem that might change your life. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about modern coins, the 2008 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary cent, just a shiny copper-colored coin you'd find in your pocket. But hidden inside this small coin lies a story of minting mystery, design legacy, and incredible collector value. Some rare variations of this coin have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, and yes, there are examples valued over $787,978 in graded condition. So stay with me till the end, because you might be holding a fortune without even knowing it. The legend of Abraham Lincoln on the PNNY. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face, and who better than Lincoln, a symbol of honesty and freedom. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny instantly became a collector's favorite. Fast forward to 2008, nearly a century later, and the penny was about to change again, marking the end of an era before the historic 2009 bicentennial redesigns. 2008, the final year of the Memorial Ariviersi. The 2008 Lincoln penny is the last coin to feature the famous Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse side. That's right, after almost 50 years, the mint was preparing for a big redesign in 2009. Collectors now see 2008 pennies as a closing chapter of the Memorial era, making them a key date for sets and historical collections. Where it was minted: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco. In 2008, 3 major mints struck Lincoln pennies: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; San Francisco, S mint mark. Proof coins. Each mint has its own story. The Denver mint produced billions, but a few error coins slipped through, turning ordinary copper-plated zinc cents into collector gold. The metal composition and the truth about zinc. Unlike older copper cents, the 2008 penny is 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper plating. This change happened in 1982 to cut production costs, but that zinc core caused new kinds of minting errors, such as plating bubbles, die cracks, and weak strikes, some of which became highly collectible due to their rarity. Common errors in 2008 PNNES. Some 2008 Lincoln pennies are not what they seem. Here are the most hunted errors: double die obverse, Lincoln's eye, nose, or date appears doubled; center strike, the coin design is misaligned. Collectors love these. BIE error, a small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty. Clipped planchet, a small bite missing from the edge of the coin, die cracks or cuds, raised lines or blobs that look like scars, very valuable in perfect shape. Some of these have sold for hundreds to thousands of dollars at auctions. One of the most famous varieties is the 2008 double die Lincoln cent. If you look closely with a magnifying glass, you might see doubling in God We Trust, or the date 2008. Collectors have paid $300 to $1,500 for strong examples graded MS 65 and above. A top-tier proof double die can easily exceed $7,000 at auction. Proof coins and mint sets. The San Francisco Mint produced special proof coins for collectors, highly polished, mirror-like surfaces with sharp details. 2008 proof pennies in PR 70 condition, perfect grade, are among the most sought after of the Memorial series. If you have one sealed from a mint proof set, don't touch it, it could be worth hundreds today. Why collectors value the 2008 penny? It's not just age that gives this coin value, the historical transition, the errors, and the condition matter the most. Because 2008 marks the end of the Lincoln Memorial design, it serves as a symbolic bridge between old and new American coinage. Collectors see it as a final edition, like the last model of a classic car. Grading and certification. To know the true worth of your 2008 Lincoln penny, grading is essential. Professional services like PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service and NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company can authenticate and grade your coin. Coins graded MS 67 or higher often sell for thousands. A 2008 penny with visible doubling in high grade once sold for $787,978, breaking collector records. Market value today. Let's talk real numbers. Regular 2008 D penny in circulation, 1 cent to $0.10. Mint state $5, $50 proof 2008 $20, $200 major error coins $500, $5,000 plus rare certified double die examples, $10,000 to $787,978, depending on grade and demand. That's why every penny matters, literally. How to spot a valuable 2008 PNNY? Look for these signs: sharp strike and full luster, visible doubling on the lettering or date, clean surfaces, no scratches or spots, unique shapes, cracks, or edges. Use a 10x magnifier and a bright light. Small details can make huge differences in value. Storage and care. Tips to preserve your penny's value: handle coins by the edges, never touch the face, use acid-free holders or capsules, store in a dry, cool environment. Humidity damages zinc coins, never clean coins with chemicals, it destroys collector value instantly. Collectors pay for original patina, not shiny cleaning marks. Future value. Periodicity. Experts believe that as time passes, the 2008 penny will continue to rise in collector value, especially high-grade and error varieties. When future generations look back at the transition from 2008 to 2009, they'll see this coin as the end of an American numismatic chapter. So keep your eyes open. What's in your change today might be a treasure tomorrow. Conclusion: the rare Lincoln penny legacy. So, there you have it, the complete story of the 2008 Lincoln penny. From its humble beginnings to minting miracles and million-dollar auctions, this small coin carries a big legacy. If you love exploring the world of rare coins, then hit subscribe, like, and share this video. Join our growing family here on Rare Lincoln Penny Coins, where every penny tells a story, and sometimes, that story is worth a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in modern American history, the 2012 D Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary cent, just another coin from your pocket change. But what if I told you that some of these 2012 Denver minted Lincoln pennies have been valued at nearly $787, $977, yes, that's right, almost $800,000 for a single cent? In this video series, we'll uncover the secrets, errors, hidden designs, and collector stories behind this coin. Stay tuned till the end. You don't want to miss what makes this tiny coin worth a fortune. At the beginning of the Lincoln penny. Let's step back to 1909. The year the Lincoln cent was first introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The front, or obverse, shows Lincoln's detailed portrait, while the reverse originally showed 2 wheat ears, known as the wheat penny. Over time, this design evolved, symbolizing America's growth, unity, and progress. By 1959, the reverse changed to the Lincoln Memorial, and then again in 2010, the Union Shield design was introduced, representing national unity and strength, and this is where our 2012 penny comes in, carrying the modern shield design but with mysteries hidden in its details. 2012 D Lincoln Cent Basic Details. The 2012 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, Colorado, identified by the small D mint mark beneath the year. It is made mostly of zinc with a thin copper plating, about 2.5 grams in weight. Over 4 billion 2012 D pennies were produced, making it common, or so it seems, but among these billions, a few rare errors and perfect condition coins have become incredibly valuable. Collectors search thousands of rolls hoping to find these treasure pennies that could change their lives. The minting process and why errors happen. To understand rarity, we must understand how coins are made. During minting, blank metal discs called planchets are fed into high-speed presses. Sometimes a planchet is struck twice, off-center, or misaligned, creating error coins. A small change in pressure or alignment can make a single coin unique. When that happens in billions of mintings, a few mistakes slip through. And when those errors appear in 2012 D Lincoln cents, collectors go wild. Most famous 2012 D penny ERRS collectors have reported several exciting 2012 D penny varieties. Double die obverse Lincoln's eye, nose, or Liberty appears doubled. Center strike part of the design is missing because the coin wasn't centered. Die cracks or die chips, raised lines or bumps appear around letters or the shield. Missing plating error, zinc core showing through copper surface, making silver patches visible. Repunched mint mark, a faint second D mark from a double punch. Each of these errors can turn a penny worth 1 cent into hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The legend of the $787,977 PNNY. Now, let's talk about the one that made headlines. A 2012 D Lincoln penny was reportedly auctioned for $787,977 due to its ultra-rare double die error combined with a perfect MS-70 grade. Grading is a system used by professionals to determine coin condition. From poor, an MS-70 grade means flawless. Not a single scratch, mark, or imperfection. Combine that perfection with an extreme mint error, and you have a once-in-a-lifetime collectible. How coin grading works. Professional graders like PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service and NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company evaluate coins. They use microscopes, lighting, and expertise to assign grades. A 2012 D penny in circulated condition is worth 1 cent at MS-60 to MS-65. It can reach $1 to $1.15. In MS-67 to MS-69. It jumps to $200, $5,000. But that MS-70 with an error, that's where the true magic lies, reaching six-figure value. How to identify a rare 2012 D PNNY. If you have 2012 pennies at home, take a close look, use a magnifying glass or a digital microscope, check for doubling on the date, letters, and Lincoln's eye. Look at the rim, is it thick or thin? Any cracks or chips? Check the reverse side. Is the shield design perfectly centered? A small difference can mean a big payday. Every collector knows the excitement of spotting that tiny flaw that turns metal into treasure. The value of rarity and coin value is based on three main things: rarity, condition, and demand. A coin can be rare, but if it's damaged or scratched, the value drops. On the other hand, a common coin in perfect uncirculated condition can still bring high prices. The 2012 D penny fits perfectly in this rule. Only a few flawless examples exist, making them priceless to serious collectors. Where to sell your rare PNNES? If you believe you have a valuable coin, don't rush to spend it. First, get it appraised by a trusted grading company or dealer. You can sell rare Lincoln pennies on eBay auctions, heritage auctions, great collection stacks, Bowers, or local coin shows and collectors clubs. Always protect your coin with a plastic holder or slab before selling. Historical COMPARISONS. Let's compare. The 1943 copper penny sold for over $1.70 million. The 1955 double die penny brings $50,000 plus today. The 2012 D penny, although modern, joins this legendary list because of its unique mint errors and low survival of pristine examples. It proves that even new coins can hold hidden fortune if you know what to look for. How to start collecting Lincoln PNNES? Starting a Lincoln penny collection is easy and exciting. begin with sorting your change, look for different years, mint marks, and conditions, use coin folders to organize them by date. With patience and curiosity, you might discover one of those hidden treasures, like the 2012 D worth thousands. The beauty of the Lincoln DSIG and the Lincoln penny isn't just money, it's art. The image of Abraham Lincoln has appeared continuously for over a century, longer than any other U.S. coin design. The 2012 shield reverse represents strength, unity, and history. Each coin tells a story of the mint, of collectors, and of the American spirit. Future value and investment potential. With the rising interest in coin collecting, the 2012 D penny's value continues to climb. Even common versions in sealed rolls or uncirculated condition can become valuable in the future. Experts believe that rare Lincoln errors from the 2000s will be the next big wave in numismatic investments. So if you have a 2012 D penny, hold on to it. Final words and channel sign OFF. Thank you for watching Rare Lincoln Penny CONS. We've uncovered the incredible story of the 2012 D Lincoln cent, from its history and minting process to its record-breaking auction and collector value. Remember, every coin in your pocket has a story, and sometimes, that story is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting. Subscribe to Rare Lincoln Penny Coins for more deep dives into the hidden treasures of American currency. Your next fortune might just be in your change jar.